welcome to another haul video from out of town. I'm not sure about the lighting here. This is without the light. It's a little bit dark. This is with the light. It might be better to show the clothes this way, even though the color is kind of yellow. So anyway, I am in Council Bluffs, Iowa. This is my last work trip of the year. I do have one more trip coming up. It's not a work trip, to Palm Springs, and I am, even though that's not going to be like a really sourcing trip, I will hopefully have maybe a small haul from there, because I don't like to go anywhere without sourcing, if sourcing is to be had. So anyway, this, how did I get to source? Okay, there is, I think there's 3 thrift stores that are within 3.4 miles from the hotel, but of course I don't have a car. So I was debating what I was going to do. I got here on Saturday. So Monday, yeah, I have my days all mixed up. Monday, I was wearing a beanie. And this woman who is like the VP of the company that runs these events that I come to said, "Oh, it is beanie weather." And I said, "Well, actually, I'm wearing it because I forgot to pack a brush. So I'm going to be wearing hats, though I will probably try to find a place to buy a hat. There's not a gift shop in this hotel. It's very small." So she said, "Well, I have a car if you want to borrow it." I'm like, yeah, I will borrow that. So the next morning, I borrowed her car, and so there's a Savers, not a Savers, a Goodwill, a Salvation Army, and a Thrift World. And I ended up, I really only had 2 hours, and I kind of screwed up. I didn't realize that the Goodwill opened at 8:30, or I would have been out a half hour earlier, and I might have been able to hit all 3. But as it were, I went to Thrift World that opened at 9, and that was kind of my first choice, just because we don't have Thrift World in Vegas, so I wanted to try something new. And I was looking, and they are overpriced. I had picked up a couple of things, they were heavy, and I didn't have a cart, so I went to get a cart, and then as I was walking back, I noticed a sign that said, seniors discount, Tuesdays, 30% off. And I'm like, oh, what day is this? I'm all screwed up because of coming on a Saturday. So I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, it's Saturday. I mean, it's Tuesday, so I get 30% off. So I ended up spending more time there than I normally would have, especially given their prices. And as a result, I didn't have time to go to both Goodwill and Salvation Army, and I really only had time to go to one for like 15 minutes. I don't know. I think Goodwill maybe would have been a better choice. And if I had more room in my luggage, I would not ask to borrow the car again, but maybe try to go to Goodwill. But I don't have enough room, because even though I didn't buy a ton of stuff, it's bulky. I don't bring a second like whole suitcase. It's a smaller like nylon thing that just folds into my regular suitcase. So anyway, I stopped at Salvation Army. I was there for maybe 15 minutes, and I do have a haul to show you. So I'm going to start with, I keep forgetting Thrift World's name. I want it to start with a V, like Valley Village or Village Thrift or something. I don't know why, but I have 2 bags here. Oh, here's something that's not even in a bag. So these are Danner boots, and Danner boots are expensive, but for some reason I do have some that are sitting, but they'll sell eventually, and I price them sort of high. I can't remember what these are called. They're like a gripper boot. They remind me of bowling shoes, because they're felt on the bottom, which is kind of weird, but they're really cool. They're also like sort of a desert boot. This is literally like, you can't see, but I can see you through it. And they're in very good condition. I cannot find a size, and they look very large. I'm going to bring them to the office so the size 12 guy can try them on for me and give me an idea of what the size is. They were $9.98, so I got them, and there's tax at this store, so I got them for $7. Remember, 30% off. There are things here that I don't know, I tend to be slightly looser with my money when I'm out of town. So there are things that maybe if I had found them in Vegas for this price, I wouldn't have paid it. But, you know, it's like, this is my only day to source, and I don't want to go home empty-handed. So I bought stuff. Oh, They also had 2 colors of the week. One was 50% off and one was 98 cents. So these are Merrell's, and these were the 98-cent color, and they're very cute. They're suede. The bottom is in great shape. There is some, you know, given the color especially, there is some discoloration there, which, you know, suede, I don't really know. I have a suede brush, I have a suede eraser. Do they get rid of discolorations like that? Never, or almost never. But for that price, and they're my size, they're kind of cute. So these are Keen. I don't know if you can see them. These were 50% off. There was another pair in brown, same size. And I was looking at them, and this I think was before I knew that it was 30% off. They're $3.98, so $4, which would be $1.20 off, so $2.80 plus tax. But anyway, and then I found these, and I don't know why I didn't consider going back to get the brown, but they have this part here where it's higher. And in the brown ones, the person seemed to have been wearing them like with this flattened, and they popped right up, but it definitely ruined the integrity of this piece, whereas this one is nice and stiff. Like, I don't even know how, you'd have to really work on it to flatten it. So I don't think I would have, even if I had given thought, and I don't know that I did, to getting the other pair, I probably wouldn't have gotten them. But they're very cute. I believe they're a 7.5, or maybe they were a 7. It's hard to see in this light. Oh, they're an 8. Very cute. And it's actually got brown here. They're black with brown there, and then this piece is brown as well. So I've never sold any Keens that are like this. Another pair of shoes that don't have a size, and I'm pretty sure they're too small on me, or I would consider keeping them. The brand is Mickey and Company. They look kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a Converse. They're suede, and they have Mickey Mouse on them. I did try to do some, you know, searching for what's flying around here. I did try to look up comps on things, and I could not find this exact pair. Look how clean they are. So I don't even think they were worn. They were $7, 30% off, $2.10 off. So I was like, I don't know. I'll just throw them in. I like them. And then this was one of the first items I picked up, which made me go get a cart because it is heavy. It's a vintage coat. It was $7 with 30% off. Oh, stuff is flying. I found a couple of holes after I brought it home, and I thought brought it back to the hotel. Here's one that I hadn't noticed. I don't know if you can see it. The worst, and the reason why I probably missed it, is it's under the collar. So I'm gonna stitch it so it doesn't get worse, but like if I was to wear this covers it. I might actually put a little pin, like a cute little pin there, and that would hold it down and you'd never see the holes. It's just so cute. And I think this one was also $6.98. Yeah, $6.98 with the 30% off. Peabody House, New York. It's not tweed or anything. It's kind of got an oatmeal quality to it as opposed to like a flat color. Let me see if I can show it to you. Nice long coat, fully lined. It's got a self-tied belt that's attached, that's like part of the coat, and then has these. So cute. Oh, the big thing is I'm gonna have to figure out the button situation. It's missing 3 buttons. I happen to be the owner of thousands of buttons. I doubt I'm gonna have 3 buttons that match it. So I'll figure out what to do. Maybe I will just replace all the buttons, or maybe, I wish it was 2 buttons, because then I would remove, no, maybe I'll still do that. I can remove the buttons on the pockets, there's 2, and then I can remove the top button and put them there, which would show, and then find 2 buttons that are similar that I could put on the pockets. I don't know, I'll figure something out, but I really love this coat, and it fits me. It's probably a little tighter than I would like, but I'd probably wear it open. only I'm not keeping it. I'm not keeping it. This is Burton Dry Ride. So it's a snowboard jacket. It was $6.98, which I was kind of surprised at because they really priced up most of their outer like winter wear. Look how cute it is. It's a girl, obviously girls. Well, maybe not obviously. With a hood, floral, size medium. From what I could tell, there isn't any issues. I didn't comp it. I like that kind of stuff. They had a lot of North Face, but man, they priced up on their North Face. I think most of it was like, excuse me, $24.98. And like, North Face is something I need to not be buying most of the time anyway. And they had the type of Columbia that I do buy when I find it for a good price, like the 3-in-1 interchange, you know, the winter outerwear, but also like $24.98. So didn't buy any of that. They actually have a section that's vintage, which is nice. This one was $4.98. Do I need to say 30%? Neiman Marcus, 100% cashmere made in Korea. I found no holes. Hopefully there will be no holes when I get home. It's very simple, but classic, you know, almost boat neck. Very sweet. Size large, but you know, vintage large. Like I could probably wear this. I'm looking at it with this light to see if I see any holes. I do not. It has maybe a minor amount of pilling, which I will attend to. This was it's 98 cents, I'll buy it purchase, which I'm trying not to do too often, but it's a leather coat. The brand is Learcy. And it looks size medium. It looks very vintage. It's got this hood that snaps on. It's about carcoat length, like thigh length. The only thing that's actually wrong with it, as far as I can tell, is it's missing, and I don't know if you know what this is called. It's missing this piece that slides into the zipper slider. It actually still works. I can still put it in there, and I can zip it up. So I could list it as is, but then this stays like this and could create problems. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I researched this, and this, lesson time, this piece is called the bottom stop, and it's replaceable. I believe you can, but you have to get the right size. That's the trick. This will be my third item that has a zipper that I need to repair, but I can't just order online because I can't measure it and know precisely what it is. So I don't know. The only option really in Vegas would be to go to Joann's, and I'm not sure that they would be able to help me, or whether these pieces, if they have them, are in a package where I can't, you know, try it on the piece. Because I have a jacket that's missing the slider. No, I have a backpack missing the slider, and I would like to buy those pieces. I did buy like a set of sliders on eBay a long time ago that were in different sizes, and they opened up, and theoretically you just like pinched them, but they would never close. So I think they're in the trash. Also pretty heavy. And this, no, I have two more. Okay. This is a brand I've sold once before. Don't know too much about it. I think it's a boutique brand. It's April Cornell. And I had picked this one up before I knew about the discount, $9.98, because it is new at the tag and it's beautiful. It's white cotton. It's a shame to waste this on sleeping, but I'm assuming it's a nightgown. Embroidered, pretty sleeves, long. So I was very happy to find out it was 7, because I was thinking 10's a little high, but it's so pretty. And I did find one, I don't remember it was the same. They had a pretty, I can't remember. I think the comp was pretty good. I'm trying to remember if it was actually a sold comp though. I didn't look that closely because I wanted it. And then finally, I was pretty much done. And then I'm like, you know what, let me go look in the sleepwear really quickly. Just walk by it. because you never know what hidden gems are there. And I found this there, and I don't even think this is sleepwear. I don't know what it is. You can tell me. It is Lily Pulitzer, which I don't have access to in Vegas too often. Size extra small, that's a bummer. But it was $4 with my, with the discount, or before the discount. It's like I guess I could see why they put it there. Maybe they thought it was a robe because it's open and just ties here. So I'm thinking more of like a bathing suit cover up. Look at this pretty embroidery. For that price, I just couldn't leave it. I wish it wasn't extra small. Look at the sleeve. Embroidery on the bottom, if I hadn't already mentioned that, all the way around. Very, very pretty. So that's everything from there. Then I went, as I mentioned, I stopped at Salvation Army, and I only got 3 items. So I walk in and I'm like, it wasn't dirty or disgusting, but it wasn't nice and new. It looked like I just stepped into a Salvation Army in 1990 something. But there can be gems. And what I liked about it is it was flat rate pricing. So it wasn't like, this is a better brand, we'll charge more. No. Lightweight jackets, $3.99, jackets, $5.99, shoes, $5.99, regardless. They didn't even have a higher price for boots, I don't think. I'm not gonna guarantee. Didn't find any boots worth like checking the sign out on that. And in fact, I got 1 pair of shoes, found them early on, and then everything else wasn't even worth pausing for. So after saying that I'm trying to avoid North Face, I did pick up North Face. And I think the reason why I picked it up, especially something like this I'm trying to avoid, it's just a full zip fleece. But I think I was still recovering from the North Face sticker shop of Village Thrift World, at everything being like $25. So when I found this for $3.99, I'm like, wow, that's so cheap, I'm gonna buy it. Okay. I already have a brown zip-up fleece, but it's a man's, and it's doing, like, it doesn't get any attention at all, and I've already put it into a bag to bring to my brother to see if he wants it, because it's not even worth me keeping on there. And yet here I am, but for $3.99, no discount, I picked it up. It's a size small. I could wear it. I will list it, but if it doesn't sell, I'll wear it. I'm sure I would not have picked this up for this price at a thrift store if I was home. And I probably wouldn't have picked it up if I hadn't just come from a place where all the North Face was overpriced. And this is cool. And that's okay. I have mixed results with it, but I liked it. It's like a full zip fleece, but this is regular fabric. And then this is sort of a poodly fleece. I'll definitely throw in Sherpa. Pretty cool. This is a size medium. $3.99. And then the final item of this trip was the shoes. And this is a brand I've never found before. And I was amongst a sea of very mediocre to crappy shoes. Look how pretty these are. They are like a modern penny loafer, and they are Paul Greens. I've never found Paul Green. Look at the condition. They're not unused, but they're in excellent condition. Some creases, but that's gonna happen the first time you wear it. I wouldn't call this patent. I would call it more of a shiny leather. It does have some like texture. Do people still put pennies in shoes that have that? I'm not even sure if they're, yeah, you can put a penny in there. You might lose it though, because it's not part of the shoe. Yeah, the penny wouldn't stay in there. All right, whatever. Just a very preppy, I don't know, I'll say academia. I'm working on my keyword game. So these are cool, $5.99. They're a size 7. I don't know what that is in US sizing. Paul Green, I understand, has their own sizing. I'm gonna put my foot in it real quick. Oh, I don't have any socks on right now, so I'm not sure. They could be a 9 or a 9.5. I'm gonna go with 9. I will obviously get a Paul Green size chart. So that's it. I will really have to squish this into my suitcase, but I'm so glad that I'm going home with stuff. I told her when she let me her car, I said, this was, you know, I can't thank you enough. It's the highlight of my trip. If I can get in any thrift shopping on these trips, it just makes the whole trip. And I told her that, you know, Michael had driven me to the bins in Kansas City and St. Louis, and I just, you know, and I said I'll be asking to borrow it if we're here again. So anyway, not spectacular, but not bad. I have seen videos from this area, and I do think that if I come back, I will go to Goodwill first and then do the others. But that's it. Thank you for staying, if you're still here, and if you're not, then you don't hear this anyway. And I hope to see you soon with some upcoming videos, including hopefully a small Palm Springs haul. Okay, bye.